Hey everyone, welcome to Subscribers to Sales. My name is Dawn, and today we are going to talk about 3 of the most crucial systems you need to have in your business for it to be able to scale and be able to run without you. Why is this important? Well, of course, if you are just one person, it is really hard to do everything by yourself. If you don't have the correct systems in place, the right processes, then it is very quickly to go crumbling down if you don't have everything in place. And so these are 3 that you really need to focus on right now. So let's go into the first one, and that is customer service. Now, especially for the smaller business owners, you really need to make sure your customer service is top notch. Why? Because you don't want to be selling your incredible product and then somebody comes back and says, hey, I tried messaging you about this a billion times. Hey, I wasn't able to download it. And you don't reply to them in a few days because you are just overwhelmed with everything else. And so that is what you don't want to happen, because whoever is trying to buy your product needs to have that perfect customer experience. And if they don't have it from their first purchase with you, they are definitely not going to recommend you to their friends and family, but also you're going to leave a bad taste in their mouth, and you don't want that at all. So especially for small businesses, you want to make sure that your customer service is perfection. And so here are a few ways that you can do that. The first thing is to really make sure you have some sort of workflow that makes sure that there are daily tasks being hit every single day. Daily tasks can be like emails, responding to emails in 24 hours or less. With us at Team Marissa Romero, if we cannot reply to them in 24 hours, then we at least send them a message saying like, hey, we got your email. We're sorry we can't give you an answer right now. Please give us a little bit more time. But at least they know that we acknowledge their email and that they can expect some kind of response from us very soon. And this is a really great way to let them know, hey, we're not just ignoring you, or hey, we're not too busy. Like, yes, we want to help you. We just need a little bit more time to find a solution. And when we're talking about emails, use that with also all of your social medias. So make sure every single email is responded to in 24 hours, but also your DMs on Instagram, your YouTube comments, things like that in that nature. You want to make sure you give them some kind of response very quickly. And one thing that we love to practice with Team Marissa Romero is to never just leave an email. We never ignore an email. Like going back to like being able to respond to each one in 24 hours, there's a lot of times where you get the most random emails. Those emails that say like, oh, like, thank you so much. Like, I really loved your content, or wow, this video really helped me. Instead of just ignoring them, we love to reply to especially those ones. We want to say like, hey, thank you so much for watching. Like, we see you, we hear you, we're so grateful for you. And so even if it doesn't seem like relevant for a business transaction, at least let them know that you're really grateful that they even like came to you and they took the time. They took the time to write you an email. So if you're able to send them one quick little thank you, then that's awesome. Now, also going off of emails, and to make your life a little bit easier, especially if you get a huge wave of emails every day, is to really make sure your templates are there. If you don't have templates, make sure you have templates. They could be for any type of situation. Maybe if somebody's asking for a refund, have a template ready for that. If somebody is asking to do some kind of brand work with you, have a template for that. And especially for those collaborations that you're like, I don't want to work with this person, then have an email like automatic response to those. And so like there's so many ways that you can just make your life so much easier without having to write out the exact same thing over and over and over again, just by templates. With emails such as, I believe Gmail has it, but definitely like Help Scout like we use, they have the option where you can just save a reply, and so you can just use it over and over and over again. Now, if you are someone who already has templates ready to go, just make sure you can look at them right now and be like, okay, are these up to date? And what other templates can we add on to these? And it's going to make the lives so much easier for anybody who you hire for this job. Maybe it's a virtual assistant, maybe it's someone who only does customer service. If you say, hey, I want you to reply in this specific way to help you out. Here is a template for it. So that will make sure that your branding and the response you really want to give is being done correctly with those templates. But the point is, if you're not able to keep up with the simple tasks of just replying each day to your emails, comments, DMs, and whatnot, then that is going to be really difficult for you to get out of, because eventually you're going to find yourself into this deep hole where you're like, there's so many emails from like 20, 30 days ago. Oh no, there's a few people who are angry at me. Like, you just want to make sure that task is handled every day. And if you are doing that yourself right now, consider trying to outsource that, because trust me, it's going to lift a huge burden off of your shoulders. And now, the reason why I emphasize doing these daily little tasks for your emails, it's so essential because there's going to be times when you have a terrible email, or maybe you have a chargeback or something horrible that's going to take out so much time of your day, but also so much time of your energy that you need. Like, and especially a lot of your positive energy, because those chargebacks can really drag you down. And so making sure you have a process for that ahead of time will really make your lives so much easier. And so, for example, if you have a chargeback and they say, hey, this person is claiming that they didn't buy your product because XYZ, then you can go to the checklist that you create for yourself, being like, okay, this is what we need to do. We need to see if they actually bought the course, when they bought it. Also see if it is an online course, how far they went into it, and then have a template ready to go. You can say, okay, well, all I have to do is just like fill in the empty spaces. It could be like, last week, this person, whatever the name is, accessed our course. They went through 80% of it, blah, blah, blah. Here's the screenshots to prove it. And then like go over your policies and your cancellation policies and refund policies, and it's all ready to go. You just have to like copy and paste and change and remove a few things from the last one. And so that is really important to have for customer service, because it's going to take so much less time out of your hands, and really to make sure that it is at the level that you want it to be at, like that high criteria to make sure that you win that chargeback. Then having that template is going to be really useful if you're not able to do it yourself and you need your VA to do it instead. So all of this really comes down to having really amazing SOPs. And so as long as your SOPs for your VA or your customer service representative is really solid, then you should have no problem. And you can at least trust that however they respond under your name or representing your company, that it's going to be in a way that you are comfortable with and that you trust and that you are happy with. It's not going to be something that they make up, because you have the instructions in the SOP to say, okay, you need to just follow these checklists one by one. It's step by step, super easy to follow. You just have to do it. So as long as it's all laid out very clear in that process in an SOP, then you are good to go and you can be satisfied with your customer service. All right, let's go into the next system, and that would be having a perfect launch system. So as you create new products, you are likely going to have to spend a lot of time doing launches. And launches, they could appear every 3 months, every 6 months, once a year, depending on what your business is and what's going on with it. The last thing you want to do is approach a launch and then be like, I forget what we did last time. What did we do last time? Or approach a launch and be like, okay, I am so unorganized. I don't know what I need to be doing right now. And so as long as you have like this perfect system, like this like sales system ready to go for a launch specifically, then it's going to make your life so much easier, and you can focus on the launch and be able to see those numbers go up instead of just being stressed out the entire time. So what does it look like to have a good launch system? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you have a calendar template. And that calendar template will tell you, okay, from this week to this week, maybe it's a 2-week launch, then the first few days we are only going to focus on talking about it a little bit in our social media. Okay, what do we need for our social media? We need to make sure we have some slides ready to go. We need to have some promo material there. Okay, so that will be for the first few days. And then the next few days, we want to be talking about whatever this is in our videos. make sure you talk about it, make sure all the calls to actions are ready to go, all the links that you need for this launch are ready to go. Okay, that would be for the second part, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, having that calendar with like a bird's eye view of seeing everything of what you need to do is really gonna make your life so much easier. You just need to make sure you follow it. Now, with the little details that go into your calendar, like for example, social media posts, are those ready to go? What you can do is just really utilize what you've done in the past. If you've never done a launch before, that's okay. It's going to be a lot more work your first time around, because you're going to make sure that all of your branding is correct with all of the slides, all of the little stories, like everything you put onto social media has to be perfect. And then from there, for your future launches, then you can just like copy and paste little elements. I know for Marissa's brand, we love to use a lot of leaves. And so with those little leaves, we make sure that they are present in somewhere where we can just quickly grab them and add them to new material. Or what about your font? Make sure that your font is perfect. What kind of colors are you using? Making sure that it's already in a document somewhere else, so that it's just a matter of copy and pasting to make all of those little promo things for social media so much quicker, so much more efficient, and it's gonna make your life so much easier. And now the next thing with your sales launching system and process is to really make sure you have your whole team on board and making sure that you are communicating with them correctly. And so if your launch calendar says, hey, we need a team meeting, have that team meeting, especially at the beginning of a launch and before people are having to make things for this launch. Making sure everybody is in the correct mindset so that this launch can be successful. Now that can be like making sure you have SOPs ready to go for any kind of launch system, and also making sure that you have some communication channels. Maybe on Slack you have a channel for just this one program, and then you can check in with everybody. Hey, where is this going right now? Hey, where is that happening? And so then it's easier to communicate with everybody, making sure everybody is on board. And if you have new hires and you're kind of worried about how that would look, again, making sure that your SOPs are very clear cut and there's no fuzzy room, no room for confusion, then it's going to be exactly how you want it to be. You just have to make those SOPs. By the way, if you're wondering how to work with myself or Marissa and Team Marissa Romero, we have some exciting news for you, because we are wanting to help you as YouTube creators stop wasting your time and stop working so much so that you can finally have a break, focus on other things that matter, like better money moves and making sure you're scaling in every other direction of your business, and rather start implementing processes and workflow systems into your YouTube channel so that you can create a more spacious schedule. And trust us when we say that this is a game changer, not only for your mental health, but also for your family, so you can spend more time with your family, being able to do things you actually want to do, being able to say no a few times, and it's gonna feel so liberating, and being able to focus on you as a creator so that you can focus on creating greater things rather than being stuck down on things and like pesky tasks that are really irrelevant. And so if that sounds like you, and if you are a creator that is craving that extra time right now, then we invite you to check out our private live training. There is an application process for it. So with this live private training, it's really going to be focused on you as a creator being able to run a 6-figure company and have it be scaling while you are only working at it for maybe 10 hours a week. That is the goal. And so if you're interested in this live private training, then definitely check out the application. Accepted applicants are going to receive a link in their email if they are accepted to check out this private training. And if you have already applied, be sure to check out your emails just to make sure that you have everything you need for the next steps. So we are so excited to see you over there. All right, and the last crucial thing that you need to have as its own process for your business is to make sure that your YouTube channel can truly run on its own. So that is something that we're going to talk about a lot in our live session, our live private session. But it is something that is so important. And so I'm just gonna go over very general things about it. Now, you have all the power as a creator, as a CEO of your own YouTube channel, your own company, to only work as much as you want to. Now, how you choose those hours will really depend on who you have as hires and also how much time capacity you have yourself. You want to make sure you create a machine, like this YouTube machine, that will literally be running for you, so that you don't need to do almost anything. You just have to be in front of the camera, being pretty, and doing what you need to do, doing what you want to do, which is create videos, I assume. And the only way you're going to be able to do this is by making sure that you have perfected workflows, making sure that you are following a schedule. If you have team members, making sure that they are on board with your schedule. If that means only having maybe one day to film, maybe 3 videos, and then having your editing team edit them in the next couple of days, having your social media manager being able to upload the video, reply to comments and whatnot, like whatever that looks like, it's going to be a little bit different for everybody, but we can assure you that it is gonna be so much less time than you're probably giving in right now. So that is something to consider, making sure that you have this machine going for you so that it is all being done for you. You just have to focus on creating content. One thing that we like to talk about is outsourcing. And so, for example, if there is one part of this workflow that really just like tears you down, maybe that's editing. Like for me, I cannot edit my own videos. So I have chosen to outsource that. And so that is something that you could do as well. Or if it's like, I don't know, doing SEO on YouTube, like, do you have the capacity? Do you have all the energy to be able to make sure that your SEO is perfect when you're putting it up there? Or even like having great titles or whatever it is to make sure that your video stands out among the rest. If that's not your forte, then make sure that you outsource that. Find somebody who's within your budget that you can trust, and they can do that for you. And you are going to feel so much lighter and be able to focus on better videos and greater videos for your channel. And as you have more hires, it is really essential that you have some sort of workflow tool. We always talk about this in all of our videos, but using a tool like Asana, like we love Asana, or Monday.com, and I always forget what the other ones are, but making sure you have some kind of workflow tool that everybody can see and everybody can access on your team is really going to make sure that what needs to be done will be done, and also be able to hold each other accountable. And so that is what a dream team would look like. And again, we teach a lot of that in our live private session. And so again, if you are keen on working with us, then definitely check out the link down below so that you can apply for that session. So those are the 3 crucial things that you need to make sure that you have in your business so that you can start scaling further and greater into the sky. And so if you want to keep going, check out this next video of Marissa. She talks about why she left her 200,000 plus YouTube channel and why she's focusing on something smaller so that she could be a better CEO. So check that out over here.
If you missed that goodbye video, here is a 30-second recap of the highlights of what it was all about.
This is honestly a really hard video to make. I am leaving this channel. This is my